Let's examine how Hamas managed to breach Israel's defense through the 3-kilometer wide buffer zone separating Israel and Gaza. This zone, heavily monitored by advanced Israeli security systems, including remote-controlled guns, was believed to be impenetrable. At approximately 6:30 a.m., Hamas launched its initial assault, firing over 5,000 rockets from the Gaza Strip into Israel in just 20 minutes. At least 3,000 projectiles were confirmed during this initial wave. While Israel's Iron Dome defense system intercepted most of the rockets, the sheer volume overwhelmed the system, creating chaos and confusion in the Israeli border's security measures. The timing of the attack coinciding with the Jewish holiday of Sukkot further added to the challenges. Following the rocket barrage, Hamas deployed explosive-laden aerial drones targeting and destroying remote-controlled sentry guns and surveillance cameras. The drones effectively dropped bombs on the targets. This strategy severely compromised Israeli ability to execute immediate countermeasures in the border areas. Hamas carried out a meticulously planned multi-dimensional assault, targeting Israeli settlements and military bases by land, air, and sea. Fighters crossed the border using modified Toyota half-trucks, motorcycles, and in a striking move paragliders. Despite being vulnerable to ground and aerial gunfire, the paragliders managed to breach Israeli airspace and land successfully, adding an audacious and surprising element to the attack. Bulldozers were also deployed to breach the fortified border fence, tearing through defenses with brute force. However, Hamas's infiltration attempts by sea were largely thwarted by Israeli maritime forces. Speedboats used by Hamas fighters were intercepted and destroyed in the waters of Gaza. Hamas fighters infiltrated several Israeli military outposts, including the strategically important Kerem Shalom outpost. Outnumbered and outgunned, Israeli soldiers were forced to surrender. Soldiers who tried to defend were executed. The surrendered Israeli soldier army were captured and transported to Gaza in seized military vehicles. Once inside Israeli territory, Hamas unleashed widespread violence. They burned homes, massacred civilians, abducted individuals, and executed indiscriminate attacks, leaving a trail of devastation. In Israeli towns, Hamas fighters roamed the streets, firing upon anyone in their path. The Israeli Defense Forces were unprepared to counter such an unexpected and large-scale incursion. The Jewish holiday of Sukkot contributed to reduced readiness, with many soldiers on leave or in a holiday mindset. Those called to action hastily armed themselves and rushed to the affected areas, often unprepared for the intense battle awaiting them in the south. Hamas's swift takeover of key highways further hampered the IDF's response. By setting up ambushes along critical roads, Hamas delayed reinforcements and attacked advancing troops. These tactics caused the IDF to halt efforts to reach besieged communities in dire need of help.